So, overviewing and dubbing over this because my mic wasn't on. So, when we look at the posterior shoulder, this is one of the ways that we can level up the dumbbell movements, but level down the chin ups, pull ups, lat pull downs. So, what we're really emphasizing here is basically depending on how strong you are, we can modify this based on the elbow position, supination, or pronation of the humerus. But you're getting in a long position, your feet are out, and you're pulling your chest to the bar. So if we watch this video and watch those last few reps, we see that 45-degree position and the change. So we were at 90. We were getting a little bit more supra and infraspinatus. And now we're getting a little bit more when we change it to 45 degrees. We're going to get a little more lat. We're going to get a little more rhomboid. Okay? So when we look at the inverted row, we can bring our feet in or out to make it harder. And then the other way we can change it is supination. So when we supinate, we're basically creating more internal rotation at the humerus, which requires a little bit more lat activity to stabilize and to balance. So that's how it changes a little bit with the internal rotation and the supination at the wrist. The other thing, if we want to make it harder, elevate the feet. Now in this position, we notice we bring the hips up a little bit more to keep everything nice and flat. But that's the inverted row, just a demo of it, being able to understand that it's just another way we can target the this infraspinatus, rhomboids, supraspinatus, the lats, just changing how the shoulder position functions and acts. And then we can then modify this a little bit more to basically level it up a little bit for increasing range of motion to make it more difficult. And it's going to incorporate some of our core work and some of our hollow position. And right about now is where I realized my mic wasn't on. So.
The poor guys are going to just watch this whole video. I'll voice it over or something. So I got a new mic, guys. This is going to be like great. So if anybody's watched like the overview videos and the videos just sound super choppy, I got a new mic. I'm super excited. It's old people stuff. That's what you get excited about later in life. All right, it's just like crock pots. So what? Crock pots and air fryers, they're awesome. All right, so then we can start to then incorporate things that we've already gone through. So looking at our hollow position, we can start to level up the inverted row. So, especially because we're trying to isolate our shoulder blade. So if we put our feet up, we're going to bring the hips under us, lock everything in, and we're just going to let those shoulders protract. If I keep my elbows at 90, shoulders come back all the way out. I'm getting a little bit more of that rhomboid, getting a little bit more of that rotator cuff. I know my shoes are like squeaking on the bench. Okay? Same thing if I were to then bring my elbows in a little bit. So I reach, hips are under, all the way up, all the way back down. We're creating just more range of motion. Same thing, you can change where your wrists are. Now, you guys have it here at Montreat, so there's another thing that you can do to then, right, we talked about changing grip. Anybody see the Valor? Is that what those ones are, that brand? Right? If we really needed to, we could change our grip position just by grabbing those black bars that have the interchangeable handles, and you can start to change those in and out, okay? So, here's what I want you to do. Actually, let's do this. So, Jim was starting to do it. Jim, let's go back down. Jim was starting to do this at the beginning before I made him straighten his legs out. How do you make this easier, okay? You bend your knees. So all he's going to do, he's going to plant his feet flat on the floor, and that way when he goes hips up, okay, when he goes to pull up, if he needs to, he can push the floor away to help bring up his chest. Another way we can modify it. Raphael, how do we modify it?
Like, 'cause
Yeah, how would this movement, how would we modify it? Raise the bar. And that's where then the other thing you got to think about, because Adam at 6'6", and Ahmad at 5'10", 5'11"? 5'9" 3/4. Hey, I'm 5'9" and a half in the morning, so we'll give it to you, right? Ahmad, we'll call him 5'10", and Adam at 6'6". They're not gonna need, they're gonna have differences in height that they really can use. Okay, you ever measured your wingspan? 6'8". Okay, so his arms are close to 3 feet long. So his is gonna have to be set up at least 3 feet from the ground in order for him to get all the way down to the bottom to get a full range. All right, Ahmad, his arms might be 30 inches, his might be 34. Well, that extra range is gonna make a difference. We make it harder by lowering the bar. We make it easier by raising the bar. Harder by elevating the feet. Easier by bending the knees. And then we can make it harder than by focusing on how much range we get through our shoulders. I want 10 reps from everybody, right? So find a bar.